Fantasia, so I already watched Little Witch Academia.
So you went ahead and checked it out, man.
Uh-huh, saw everything.
When I watched it, I was like, man, this is manly as fuck. I gotta get Hero to watch it.
Oh yeah, testosterone everywhere, man. It's so manly that there's no men in the damn thing. No, but it actually made me think of something I would see in the 90s.
What it really reminded me of is a lot of early Disney movie.
You know, I want to say Disney-ish, but at the same time, more Disney than Miyazaki for sure. Let's put it that way. But um, I could have put like an exact comparison to it because one of the ideas that came to mind was the Page Master, but that's not exactly the same either. So,
Right. When I watched it, I was like, man, this is kind of like if Disney hired Trigger to make a movie in 1992.
yeah, and be like, don't be dirty. Okay, we won't be dirty.
Right, man. I don't know, man. The animation in it, I think, is just charming as all hell.
Uh-huh.
I love the style of animation.
Yeah, there's something about the atmosphere with the fact that they took it really seriously and I did a little research. Apparently, the reason why it started in the first place because there was actually a project of like I'm not sure how many animators there were, but it was basically I think 4 different teams, and each of them had to do like a different short.
Right. It came out from I believe it was the Anime Mirai, I think 2012.
Yeah, it was some project or festival.
That's that year did a lot of cool stuff because it did the Death Billiards, which turned into the Death Parade anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then it did Little Witch Academia that got the movie, and now it's getting a season also, which I'm hyped as shit for.
Mm-hmm. Let the magic begin.
Right, man. If they give me 12 episodes like that short, I'm gonna flip my shit.
What I was thinking is that I forgot who said this or where I read this from, but I remember they say when you want to create something, do something that's never been seen before. And that's kind of how I felt with this thing when in terms of anime, because when have you seen an anime actually, I mean, there's always been Magical Girl, but here it's a school, and it's clearly westernized witches. I mean, in the movie, there was even an English flag at one point. So,
right. I think it took probably some heavy inspirations from Harry Potter, you think?
yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind. It's like, it's Harry Potter, the anime, but with girls.
Right. That's one of the cool little things. Like, I've went back and I've watched it a few times. I don't know if you've noticed this or not. I'm trying to remember the character's name. The blonde-haired girl, was it Diana, I think?
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about?
if you mean the stuck-up one, then yeah. So.
Yeah, the bitchy one. At the beginning of it, when they showed the crowd, did you notice that she's in the crowd too as a child?
No, I did not notice that.
Yeah, she's in the child.
Because I was kind of wondering what was up with the whole, like, Shining Chariot thing, because she knew about her pretty well.
Right, she's in the Shining Chariot crowd at the beginning of the short. And so I didn't catch it the first time, and then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, this bitch! It's like, she's a fan all along.
More than likely, it's probably her prestigious family that told her that she should be watching, like crap like that. So
Right.
either that, or maybe she believed her to be great, and in reality, she's like not really a real witch or something. So
Right. I also thought like that their teacher might actually be the Shining.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That it could have been her, but I don't know. I'm still pretty vague about that.
I mean, it was a super vague short, but they got the little wand just chilling in the dumpster.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking, why is that there? Like, isn't it supposed to be kind of? Is it important or not important?
It seems like it's really important.
I don't know, because I mean, even down there, they also, under testing grounds, they even had like things that should not be seen by the students at all, which is basically, the sealed dragon. It's like, why is
Right, like, we're gonna send you guys for a test. Go down here, and there's a deadly ass dragon.
You're not supposed to touch that. Like,
They should have mentioned maybe don't open up the locked box that has a killer dragon in it.
the ones that say, do not open, please.
Speaking of the dragon, I loved the little scene earlier on where the girl, what's her name, Sucy, where she just like pours poison in the Minotaur's mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And it just like just shriveled it up. I was like, oh shit.
And I was like, that was like the most violent we're gonna get in this thing.
Oh yeah, by far. This is about as that little thing's gonna get.
Now it's my turn. Sucy, what are you gonna do? Hey, Mr. Bull. Open wide. Drink I guess it was a little too strong. Ew.
That was pretty good though. I was like, yeah.
I don't know, because the more I look at it, it just feels sort of like very Americanized. It doesn't seem like I don't know. That's kind of what grabbed my attention. Like the most Disney-ish thing there was the dancing brooms.
Oh yeah, it reminds you so much of Fantasia.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched the Disney's Fantasia.
I never seen it, but I'm aware of like multiple scenes of it.
Yeah, man, you'd probably get a kick out of, if you like animation, you'd probably get a kick going out and watching that, because it's pretty cool. It's some classic shit right there. Yeah, but like I got those Fantasia vibes for sure. I think it's in the movie they do the dancing scene with the brooms and stuff, and I was like, oh, where's Mickey?
Yeah, but also the other thing I was kind of questioning was that witch tradition festival they were having that they're basically being abused. And all that shit was basically all the death tortures and the witch hunts they would go through. So I'm thinking, so why are you making this a festival?
Right. The torture of the witches and stuff. Like they're kicking it back to like I guess the Salem witches in the early Americas or whatever.
Yeah, the Salem Witch Trials from Massachusetts.
Yeah, so I was like I liked the way they kind of like started building the world. I would love to see them elaborate that. I think it could make a really cool little series if they go about it the right way.
I'm kind of concerned whether for it to be serious or not, because I mean, because it could easily slip into being serious just because of their witch background.
Right, like the way I see it, I think it should be super lighthearted. I mean,
because you can still see Trigger like working their ways in, like with that demon at the end of the movie, where it's basically looks like something you would see out of Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill.
Right, I mean, I think Trigger they'll go over the top, but I don't think they'll pass the line. Like one of the ways, like you go back and you watch it, and like you see typical anime, like there's one scene where the girl's falling from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And like she basically she kind of like holds her blouse down so it doesn't lift up, and that's a typical panty shot scene in a
it's like,
show.
Like,
so like I appreciate so much that they didn't like, hey, here's some fucking kid panties. Like I don't want to see that shit, you know.
And I was like, opportunity cited, like show the panties.
Right. You're like, let's send this out for a weeaboo, and they're like, nah, we're not doing that.
We're selling this. Like I'm actually hoping that it is aimed for a kid demographic. I mean. Well, I don't know if you saw that fairy tale thing I did with Lunar, but that's kind of the same complaints that I had, that given the way the series is, that there's really most of the time doesn't feel like there's a real sense of danger. So I just kind of felt that fairy tale should just been more kid friendly. But then you have all these fan service moments which are clearly aimed for a much older demographic. So I'm just like, what the hell?
Fairy tale's a strange breed, man. It's a mixture of I don't really know who their target demographic is, but I'll watch it.
Watch it anyways, but I don't know, because I'm thinking like, oh, I do find them hot, but I don't think it's appropriate for like the series as a whole. Though. But anyways, back to Little Witch Academia. I'm just kind of I don't know where we could really go from here, because I'm thinking. It just has to be a bunch of misadventures, really, and I guess some overall secret demon locked up that they gotta battle to save the day, I suppose.
It should probably mostly be just kind of like a magical slice of life for the most part, with every once in a while some shit hits the fan due to backfired spells or whatever. You know, that's about all they could do with it, really.
It's gonna be a chick flick series with the whole friendship of the three. It's well, basically by the movie they're all developing their group of friends already. So
they're working on the core group of the show. Like, I know there's it has a couple of mangas out there, I think.
I'm not sure. I think there was only like one, but I think it might be just promotional or something. So
I remember reading an article way back when. Maybe it was they were starting 2 different mangas at a certain point in time. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not going to even attempt to go back and find that article because that'd be a pain in the ass. But like I don't know, like I want them to take the more kid friendly esque, I guess, route, if you will, very similar to the what they've already brought us.
Just keep it that same tone.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a formula for success because it's the people that have watched it. I don't think I've yet to see anybody that watched it and say that was a steaming pile of dog shit. I think the only people I've heard like say negative stuff is like maybe some younger audience people that were like, you know, want to be edgy for their own good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like they're too young to kind of grasp that there's a charm to it. I don't know what words I'm looking for.
I don't know, but there is like you could say magic to it.
Right.